God bless you. This is Pastor Stephen J. Coleman of FaithWorks Church, located in Apopka, Florida, and we are driving with the Word on Wednesday. And I'm just here to encourage you right now. If I would use for a subject, it would be surviving the silence. What is the silence? The silence is that period of time that while you're in your storm, where it seems like God is not speaking, where God is silent. You're looking for direction. You want God to say, go 5 miles, make a left, then go 10 more miles, make another left, go 7 more miles, make a right, and you'll be at your destination. You want God to say something to you. I've been in that situation where I just wanted God to say good morning. I wanted God to say hi. If he just did that, I felt like, man, I can take on 10 giants. I just didn't want to feel alone. And I'm talking to that person that feels like you're alone right now because it feels like God has left. And we're going to talk about briefly 3 people in the Bible. That's Abraham, Job, and Jesus. And we're going to talk about in between the testaments. And if you look at the situation with Abraham was called out. God called Abraham out. And I call this place transitional silence because God comes to Abraham and he says, I'm going to make your name great. You're going to be a blessing to the world. I'm going to bless them that bless you, and I'm going to curse them that curse you. Throughout the world, they're going to be blessed because of you. But you got to leave your comfort zone. You got to leave that place of familiarity. You got to leave your family. Abraham trusted God enough based on what God promised, and he left. Notice God didn't speak as soon as he left. God didn't speak again to Abraham until Abraham got out of the country and into another country. The country that he got into was Canaan. And as soon as he stepped into Canaan, that's when God spoke again and said, hey, the land that you're in now, I'm going to give this to your descendants. Your children are going to have this land. God didn't speak again until Abraham separated from Lot. But all the while, Abraham was still moving. There was silence from God. Matter of fact, after he got into Canaan and God says that I'm going to give this land to your children, God didn't speak again. And then there was a famine. And then the famine was so bad, Abraham had to go to Egypt. But Abraham kept moving. Matter of fact, Hebrews 11 says that Abraham trusted God to the point that he didn't know where he was going, but he was just continuing, and he was trusting God. And it didn't matter where he went. God said it. And that's the point of surviving in silence. Yes, I would like God to give me an update every day. But one thing my pastor always said is when you're taking the test, the teacher is silent. Remember going to school and teacher's always talking when he's teaching. But when it was testing time, the teacher didn't say a word. Every now and then the teacher would get up from his or her desk, and they would go down the aisles and they would look down on you to see the answers that you're writing. So I can imagine Abraham. Okay, God, I'm following you, but you're silent. But Abraham continued to move. And it wasn't until he separated himself from Lot that God began to give him a full understanding of what God's going to do in his life. So for those that are in transitions, that transitional silence, my question to you is, what are the things that are blocking the voice of God in your life? Is it a lot? Someone that's attached to you, that's connected to you, that should not be there in this season?